My friends in Saudi Arabia didn't believe in sex before marriage. So if I go back now, I'd probably be considered a huge whore. But when I first came here, everybody was shocked that I was still a virgin. I'd never even kissed a guy. But I dove in head first. And I was playing with these adult things like drugs and sex, and I didn't really understand the consequences of what I was dealing with. And it just fucked me up. Like, it led to this attachment to men, like, you slept with me, you can't just do this. But I felt like I had to catch up with everyone. And a lot of these relationships were based on these girlish fantasies that didn't translate well into the real world. It was only here when I experienced rape. I was in a situation where I was taken advantage of, and I didn't really understand what I was doing with my body. But there's this small percentage of men in America and on college campuses who are rapists. And the majority of men who will rape one time, let's say about 2/3 of those, will rape over and over and over again. The study I'm thinking of is David Lisak's, and he found that about 6% of men on college campuses admitted to doing something that was a sexual assault. And about 2/3 of those admitted to doing so an average of 6 times. So there's this 4% of the male population that's responsible for 90% of the rapes on college campuses. So the problem isn't that there are all these potential rapists that because of hookup culture are being made pushy, but the problem is that there's this 4% of serial rapists who will do it over and over again, and hookup culture gives them a cover. It makes pushing for sex. It makes hauling drunk women out of parties into other spaces. It makes plying women with alcohol all look like normal behavior. And it gives these really bad guys a cover for their activities. There's also this victim-blaming behavior. The litany of things that women are told to do. You've seen these. Don't wear your hair in a ponytail because someone might come up from behind you and grab you. Don't walk alone. Don't be alone. Watch your drink. Have a buddy system. Don't go to parties. Rather than a discourse directed at men saying, don't rape. There's no touching during dating, so there's no physicality in the way. Physicality can be blinding. It feels good. Oh, he loves me. He's holding my hand so nicely. I don't care what he thinks about this or that, about core values, about what we want for our life and our future. For myself, dating made it easier for me to know if I was ready or not. It's like when you're standing before God, what do you want him to see? We want people to see our personalities and not our bodies. I feel like that's what I'm showing people when I'm going out into the world. I feel like when I'm covered up, I show people more of who I am and less of what I look like. Just remember being in his dorm room and then his girlfriend getting sick. And I had images of the attack itself. And I remember this feeling like something is happening with my body and I have no control. Just none, just nothing. And even in those moments looking to his girlfriend for help, no one's awake and I can't think. I've been told to drink up. And I had these horrible flashes of it happening and happening. It happened 2 times on that one night. And then when I actually confronted them about it, they were like, oh no, it's fine. It's just a crazy night in college. It's fine. We'll move past it. It's fine.